All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to start by giving all the praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rechakwadash. Double honor to the elder apostles and bishops of the great millstone that rule well. And as always, peace, blessings, and salutations to the hopeful elect tabernacle of David, scattered abroad throughout the four corners of the earth. Waking up to some interesting news, all right, which really it started yesterday in Japan. All right, where, the stock market crash just took place. And, they're trying to see the trickling effects, because it's definitely affecting the global market. So, it's Monday morning, and we're going to see how the stocks do here in America. But the last time this happened, you had Black Monday, which occurred back in 1987, where there was an estimated of 1.771 trillion in losses, in the global market, and that sparked fear of, economic instability, of course, and even a reprise of the Great Depression. So this is another scare. People are panic buying, I'm pretty sure. But this is some interesting news, of course, especially knowing that Japan just recently dumped $22 billion in treasury, the U.S. in U.S. dollars. All right, they dumped $22 billion of the U.S. treasury. So this is interesting to say the least. All right. And this is why we got to be on our watch, because you never know, when shit can hit the fan. Like it tells us in Thessalonians, you have no need that I tell you of the times, because surely the times that we're coming into. And when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden travail, that birth pain, that the groans, are like a travailing woman in labor. So I'm gonna play this little TikTok video. There's a lot going on. All right, and then they're also expecting, a response from Iran. And if it's a direct attack from Iran on Israel as a result of what just took place with that Hamas leader, yeah, it can pop off. All right. So let's pay attention.
What is this Japanese carry trade?
Holy crap, the market is falling, Bitcoin's falling, Ethereum's falling, stocks are falling, currencies across the world are falling. It seems like the market is collapsing and there are circuit breakers going off right now.
Oh, it looks like the economic downturn is starting to become a reality. And I think a lot of people who have money invested in the stock market are slowly starting to wake up to that fact.
Major market crash warning in the economy going on right now, everyone. The economy really looks like it's on the edge of tipping down into a recession. And as a result, we're seeing the stock prices start to go down, and we're seeing the unemployment levels in America start to skyrocket. And this is a big concern for anyone who's holding assets.
Yeah. So this is interesting to say the least. All right. We're going to see where it goes from here. And, is this mirroring with just what happened back in 87? What we getting ready to see? Okay. And a lot of people, I'm pretty sure they're panicking right now. All right. Well, this is why the scriptures say, and we always quote this, Proverbs 22, verse 3. And it says, a prudent man foreseeth the evil and hideth himself. Meaning, you already have the foresight. You already know, how the markets is ran. You already know how faulty this economic system is. But we also understand that this devil has an agenda in place. All right. He's trying to transition out of the old system into a new system. So it's definitely going to come with a lot of instability. You know, people are going to feel the travail of this transition. OK, so you being able to see that, you're going to prepare yourself. You know, that you're going to have to probably take a loss. All right. Or you might have, saved up, or you might got a little silver on you, which, none of that's going to save us at the end of the day. But at least you foresaw everything. The scriptures, the prophecies already told you. The scriptures, the prophecies already told you, man. All right. And this is, we're only in the beginning of this thing, man. We have yet to see the worst. This is only the beginning of sorrows, as it is written. The beginning of wars, the beginning of evils. All right. The beginning of, calamity, and these people, they're going to start to feel it. But right now, when you're in the beginning stages of something, you might not even know. It's no different than like when you catch something and you don't automatically develop the symptoms. You're not coughing yet. You're not feeling the symptoms yet. Well, that's what's, happening with this economic system. Because it's all based on fraud anyway. Dealing with this dollar, which is, scant. the measure is very scant. It's very lean. And it's all based on that thick clay. When you read about in Habakkuk, the 2nd chapter. All right. Matter of fact, I'm gonna go to that, but let me finish this verse. It says, "A prudent man foreseeth the evil and hideth himself, but the simple pass on and are punished." Okay. So these people, a lot of these people are in la la land. They don't know what the hell is going on. The scriptures tell us to be circumspect, not as fools, but as wise, redeeming the times, because the days are evil. So we already know in the back of our mind what to expect. So let's go to Habakkuk 2 and verse 6, and I want to go to the NASB. And it says here, I'm going to start at verse 5. It says, "Furthermore, wine betrays an arrogant man, so that he does not achieve his object. He enlargeth his appetite like Sheol, and he is like death, never satisfied." And that's, dealing with these elite, the international bankers that control the world, and their lust and greed for power and control, it never ends. So they're never satisfied, and they have enough. Their families combined is worth, hundreds of trillions, and they can easily offset or forgive the debts, worldwide. They can buy back the American debt. They could do all that, but they refuse to, because it's in the plans to collapse the American system, to basically reset the global system. So we seeing Japan hurt. We already know that's a trickling effect. And then you better believe this is all planned out by the bankers. And this is right. This happens right before, months before the so-called election. So this is gonna, grab the people's attention. But we see through, the deception. All right. Like it says in 2 Corinthians, lest Satan should get an advantage of us, for we're not ignorant of his devices. So it says he also gathers to himself all the nations and collect to himself all the peoples. His plan for the New World Order to bring everybody under one global economic system, religious system. All right, a system of control. In the form of digital biometric control, the MOTB, he wants everybody up under that, the whole world. It says, will all of these take up a song of ridicule against them, even a saying and insinuations against them, and say, woe to him who increases that what is not his, for how long, and makes himself rich with debts. All right, and the world is in debt, and he's in control of that debt. He and it's what makes him super rich. That thick clay. The Hebrew word there is ibat yet. All right. And this is why the interest rates are not going to be lowered anytime soon. This is why you're going to continue to see inflation leading to hyperinflation, and you seeing the markets crash. Man, we're going to see how many points have been dropped here in the States. It says, will your creditors now rise up suddenly, and those who collect from you awaken? Indeed, you will become plunder for them. All right. And this is going to, wake up the wicked, the toilers, when you read about in Job 20, the 20th chapter. It says, every hand of the wicked shall come upon him. Because, things is not good on a global scale right now. That's why you're seeing all these uproars, all these violent protests, these clashes. It's going down in Bangladesh. It's going down in England. Well, really, that's, it's not really economic related, but, there's, unrest going on over there. It is, heightened racial tensions. That's the Lord's prophecy of nation rising against nation, ethnos rising against another ethnos. All right. It's going down in Venezuela, Kenya, all over the place. So that travail is in effect. People are feeling it in these other lower economic third world countries. So let me bring this real quick, because this is countdown to the third world news. So let me play this real quick.
Released about a new massive war that could be launching here. We're hearing that this could be starting in the next 24 hours with what is currently unfolding. Now, I'm going to be sharing with you the latest, the headlines coming out on this, that Iran has said that they have now dismissed the United States, various nations, even Arab nations, calling for them to hold restraint. They're saying even if this sparks an all-out massive war, World War III, Iran is preparing for a multi-layered, multi-day attack against the United States, against Israel, and the United States is preparing for the attacks to support Israel in this. Now, in addition to that, we're also hearing that nations around the world, United States, UK, and various nations, they are urging their citizens to evacuate the Middle East immediately. Calls for Lebanon, Beirut. They're actually saying it doesn't matter where you go, get out now. The United States telling them book whatever flights are available, get whatever ticket you can, evacuate immediately, because this is coming. There is likely, they're saying, possibly within as soon as early as Monday, within probably the next 7 to 8 hours in Israel time, that the war is going to be starting. So they're saying, get out immediately. Take whatever flight you can, get out. It doesn't matter where, just get out of the area, evacuate now. So if you are somebody watching this right now and you know somebody that is an American citizen, if you have friends or family that are in the Middle East, tell them right now that they need to evacuate. Major details have been released about a new map.
All right, so we're going to see. We're going to see if Iran ain't pussyfooting, if they ain't bluffing. We're gonna see. But this is all this happening in this short span of time. It's interesting, man. All right. We can start seeing some stuff start moving. Okay. And let me get a couple precepts. Habakkuk 2:1, it says, I will stand upon my watch and set me upon a tower and will watch to see what he will say unto me and what I shall answer when I am reproved. And the Lord answered me and said, write the vision and make it plain upon tables, that he may run that readeth it. For the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come. It will not tarry. All right. So, hey, this is why we got to constantly be on our watch. Okay. Because the Lord is, he's getting ready to make his moves. And we can't be idle, right? We got to, be watching. We got to be putting in that work. All right. Preparing Israel. Because some of these other guys out there, they still stuck in party mode. Party and entertainment. Entertaining BS, trivial shit that has nothing to do with escaping the perils that's getting ready to come. Let's go from there to was it 1 Peter? Yeah, 1 Peter 4:7, it says, but the end of all things is at hand. Be ye therefore sober and watch unto prayer. All right, and what did Yahushua even say? Luke 21:34, it says, and take heed to yourselves, lest at any time, matter of fact, let me go to the AMP on this one. Luke 21:34 says, but be on guard so that your hearts are not weighed down and depressed with the giddiness of debauchery and the nausea of self-indulgence and worldly worries of life. And then that day, when the Messiah returns, will not come on you suddenly like a trap, for it will come upon all those who live on the face of all the earth. But keep alert at all times. Be attentive and ready, meaning be assiduous. All right. Watch closely what's going on. The scriptures say, measured out at times diligently in itself. All right. And we do that by looking at what's going on currently in the world. These are the signs given to us as tokens of the Lord's return. It says, praying that you may have the strength and ability to be found worthy and to escape all these things that are going to take place and to stand in the presence of the Son of Man at his coming. All right. And we're just in the beginning stages. Let's go to 2nd Ezra 16. In verse 5, it says, plagues are sent unto you, and what is he that may drive them away? May a man drive away an hungry lion in the wood, or made any one quench the fire and stubble when they have begun to burn? May one turn again an arrow that is shot of a strong archer? The mighty Lord sendeth the plagues, and who is he that may or that can drive them away? And you can't do nothing when the Lord is involved. There's nothing you can do. All right, you got a tropical storm hitting the southeast right now, making its way up north. We got a immigration crisis going on with some of these migrants. They randomly attacking American families. People desperate. So we're finna see a lot of instability, a lot of anarchy, just like we're seeing in these other countries unfolding right now. It's gonna take place here, leading up to the election day and even after. It's not gonna stay this calm, man. Let me jump down to verse 18. It says, the beginning of sorrows and great mournings, the beginning of famine and great death. Yeah, that pale horse is making his way. The beginning of wars, and the power shall stand in fear, and the beginning of evils. What shall I do when these evils shall come? Behold, famine and plague, tribulation and anguish are sent as scourges for amendment. But for all these things they shall not turn from their wickedness, nor be always mindful of the scourges. So people are going to still continue in their pride. You know, then they're not going to take any mental notes from what's really going on. You know, damn sure not going to hear what the prophets have been warning about. So these people are going to continue in their pride until these great miseries finally start striking them. Okay. Read up on, Black Monday. Go back on, the history. Go back to what happened during the Great Depression. World War II happened off the back of the Great Depression. And the scriptures say the second woe is past and the third woe cometh quickly. So think about that. All right. Behold, victuals shall be so good cheap upon earth that they shall think themselves to be in good case. And even then shall evils grow upon the earth, sword, famine, and great confusion. All right. And this is after they, want to talk about peace and safety, peace and security. It's looking bad, man. People, was it in Ecclesiastes 12, where it talks about the keepers of the house trembling? This is what we, this is what we could see at Black Wall Street. Ecclesiastes 12 and 3, it says, in the day when the keepers of the house shall tremble, and the strong men shall bow themselves, and the grinders cease because they are few, and those that look out of the windows be darkened, a darkened future. So people are not optimistic about the future. It's a lot of panic, a lot of people that they don't see any bright future ahead for this society. That's because why? The Lord said we would have healed Babylon, but she is not healed. Okay, let every man flee unto his own country. Get out of Dodge. It's gonna be up. The dominoes are falling quickly. But anyway, y'all can read up on the news. This is from CNBC. I'm not gonna read the article, but this gives you an insight to the numbers. And hey, if this is another Black Monday, then hey, beautiful, man. Okay, just stay prayed up, and let's keep watching, man. And with that, I'm gonna give all praise to Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, and then to the next one, Shalom.